like she's been here forever.
She
She's
is.
so sweet. The sweetest Jack Russell I know.
I would agree.
There'll be a small delay while the camera catches up with us.
Sliding. You're sliding.
By the time they hear that, there will not be a small delay.
She sat on my lap all Friday mail call.
That's
Did
delayed.
she?
I did you see the little Patriots?
We got enough sugar in this.
Look at her. She's
Oh.
going.
It's like you can read.
Come on. Here we go.
Where are you going?
Oh, and it's just now 5
See,
o'clock.
that's too low.
Yes. That's very low. This is very much in my area. Do we have the microphone going?
The microphone is on. Look out.
So start singing. You know me. Yes.
I gotta start doing more ropes because this keeps going down lower and lower.
Yeah. I tripped. I have nothing left. You
I
took
know.
every little crumb I had.
You grab it to hold on to it, it's the wrong one. Comes down.
And you just keep falling.
And I keep making these damn things. I keep making these fool things.
Double bear.
And
Double
no
bear.
double bearing.
Double bear swear.
That wasn't even a very big one.
Snowman.
No, that was a little swear.
Feel like one.
What are we doing? What happened to our? We didn't go anywhere yet.
No.
It takes a long time.
Dave. Oh, there we are. Look, I'm just opening the
You
door.
are, but oh, there I am. Okay. Okay, so I guess we're all ready. I have a spoon,
And there's lots of cans.
and there's lots of cans. That's a good thing. Have you got cans of dogs?
I don't have cans over here. I thought maybe
You got spoons?
I don't need spoons. That was Laura's department, it's not
Laura,
mine.
she has nice spoons.
Oh, but I see a Harl that's waiting.
Here you go. It would be nice if we could get Bailey through the job before they all show up. Bailey,
Shark show up.
wait. You have to wait over there. Bailey, go get the basket, Bailey. Let's make them wait.
Yes.
Go ahead, go get the basket. You all wait in line over there. Good girl. Come over here. That's a good girl. Yes, you come right over here. Come on, all the way over here. Okay. Okay, Chaos. Go on over to her.
I
All
start
right, kid.
I start. Come on.
Come on.
Come on. Come on. Go.
Over to
Go
the
get some
substation.
Hey,
food.
Riot. Somebody better wake up Riot.
Very cool. Gabby.
Look. Look.
Gary, let me get the little whippersnapper. Gary, let the spoon go.
Over there, over there, over there. Over there.
Oh, my little tinka.
Right there, over there. Hit quick with this guy. There you go.
There you go. Gab.
No, over
Gary, you
there.
haven't missed a meal
Over there.
ever.
Over there. There you go. Over there.
Riot.
Quick.
Good girl. Hello, Wanda.
She's so gentle.
Which one?
Wanda.
Oh,
She eats off the spoon just like them. She's so cute. From day one, I fed her off the spoon.
no, over there. Here, this guy.
Yeah, I missed you. I know, Gary.
No.
Riot.
Hey. No, hey.
Hey.
Wrong way.
Ding dong.
This way.
Woo-hoo.
This way.
Woo-hoo.
This way. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Okay, don't. Bailey.
She's coming around the long way.
Okay. I'll save her some. Hold on, Gary. Good girl. That's tasty.
What, the dog food?
Dog food's delicious.
It's fabulous.
Oh, save me some.
Are you eating the dog food now?
I don't get much at home.
Hi,
Okay.
All gone.
You good, Katie?
All gone.
Pretty girl.
All gone. All gone. All gone, Gabby.
not done.
Oh, look at her. So cute. Oh, dang. I got slobber, dog food, hair.
Was there no mail? Carly, no mail?
Yeah, I have a couple pieces of mail and I have one box. 2 boxes. That box over there and this one, right?
Oh, we have a leaker over there on aisle 9.
Aisle 9.
Aisle 9. That would be the wall side. Oh, look, a little dog food. Oh, I better be careful.
What happened to my letter? Oh, there it is. Opening device.
Right where you were standing, there's a puddle. They love to pee right there.
Easy.
Oh.
Action's
Easy.
bad.
Oh, chaos. Chaos.
Punch the code into the alarm.
She'll bite you.
That's the liquor spit.
No, away. No, away. Away. No. Nothing. Okay, we got everybody under control. We need a few more hand signals here necessary in this crowd. Get up in the bed. She's the only one who listens.
Hi.
There you go.
Oh, she licked.
Oh my, okay. Carlene and crew at Crazy Acres, Happy New Year. I got my 2 calendars and they are awesome.
Yay.
Please pick 10 chicken bricks
Woo!
for me. And here's $20 for the fun to cover the extra postage costs. Marcia W. Thanks a bunch. Okay,
We like that.
so she wants 10 chicken bricks.
I will update the brick.
So I need the envelope back again.
I'll update the brick meter tomorrow.
If you got to put a 10 on it.
That's right. Feels like it's been forever since I've done this.
Guy, did you forget how?
Kinda.
Okay, so we got 10 on there. And that
Brain
goes in
cells gone
the
somewhere.
chicken brick compartment over here.
Where's
I
that?
can't find the bottle. What happened to our... Oh, here it is. There we go. There we go. We did everything. Everything we were supposed to do. Okay, next problem. Of course, I don't have anything to lean on, but I'm working on it.
Oh, that's because there's something
It's
sitting.
not a great big long mail call deal, so I'll struggle.
There's a rolly one over there.
No.
Let her struggle.
She's got the good one.
It's great.
Here you go.
I'm feeling bossy today.
Would you like a stool?
I'll manage.
No, she's building her muscles.
I'll manage. Don't give me that shit. Oh my. This is a calendar. Well, okay.
Easy.
There's a dog fight going on.
Easy.
Okay, we have a dog. Well, that's pretty close for a calendar, I guess. So this is the calendar department.
Okay. It's ready. Oh, you have one. There you go.
That wasn't that, and you put a calendar.
I think that $100 needs to go. You're going about $100 for that swear bear already. It turns out your basket sitting on your chair. Your fruit basket.
I'm getting a little bit
Is that
overwhelmed.
a real fruit, Nick?
Overwhelmed.
Watch your head.
Did I watch it?
You're good now.
I'm good now. Holy smokes. Pretty soon Tracy's due here. Isn't she?
6:55 flights in.
Okay. And Ann's picking her up.
Annie's
What
picking her
time?
up
When?
Tonight.
tonight. 6:55. Tracy Adams.
Tracy Adams coming.
Hi, Perry Cole.
Would you?
Don't lick me. You've been drinking water. Ugh.
That's from
Perry
Tracy.
Cole, you're disgusting.
There's another one from Tracy Adams. So we have 2 from Tracy Adams.
How did she do that? Yesterday. She's good.
go. That goes there. And this goes here. And that goes back in there. And I'm ready for the
You get your
I'm ready for the boxes. The problem is I need the roller. Knit the box. Knit the boxes.
You
we
get it
the
back.
roller. Holy smokes. This is that fancy stuff.
Yes. Big fancy stuff.
Harry, I could live without your attention.
That means you're annoying, Harry. Always looking for food.
You're not starving. I can tell.
He lost 10 pounds.
It's 15% off of something.
Laura, can you go up just a hair? Oh, there we go. Okay. I think they've seen it.
Farm fresh and hard road. Oh, boys.
Yeah.
And to think, I bought oranges today. I bought 2 oranges.
I was gonna say about 2.
I only bought 2.
Thank goodness you didn't
I
buy a
love
Costco
these
bag.
things.
Wow.
They're so good.
They are good. I don't figure it out now. Are they all the same?
I think there's about 3 cases.
That's enough. That's enough. Huh.
They look like the bells.
Well, look at the bell on the top. Okay. Honey bell.
Honey bells, that's it.
Smooth, right out bell shape. That's wonderful to eat.
I
They're
even
good
open
yummy.
one now.
Go ahead. You test it out. That'll be good.
They're
Watch
so
your fingers.
juicy. They're yummy.
They do look like bells. That's the only one in here with a bell.
Yeah.
Juice everywhere.
Yep. They feel great in my cuts right now.
Okay.
Thank you, Deb.
Huh.
Honey bell oranges.
No warehouse hail grows and no middleman and no cold storage. Hail fruit stays on the tray, ripening and sweetening until the last top of all before shipping. Huh.
Grace want one?
Huh. Okay, well, we'll certainly give this a tremendous try.
I'll move those.
Orange? Oh, I can see it. Orange and grapefruit nutrition information.
Oh, they must. Oh, it's if they she mailed them.
No, I have a feeling that
There's
they-
grapefruits in there.
I have a feeling that those are the cross ones. We have to find out a little bit more about this here.
We're
About
gonna have
this
an
here.
orange education.
Right, we'll give it a hold of it. Go ahead.
They're supposed to be staying in a cool place.
There is an orange which ripens in January, which is a cross between a grapefruit and tangerine or something like that. And they're only sold in January. I think those are that's what we got. And they are super duper oranges.
What am I sitting on? Oh, nice. I just sat.
God.
I do it to myself.
Oh. Get your nose out of the way, dog.
I marked my butt.
Now we're hoping that this is from Tina. Oh, look it, we got it. We got him.
We got him.
We got him. We got him. Look at that.
Tum. We were looking for those for
We
tonight.
were looking for these today.
The dogs get in line. I may need them after the cake.
Yeah, you eat cake.
The cake was a bit old.
It wouldn't matter a bit. Sugar doesn't go bad.
You know what? It did. I still ate it. I
That's
ate
right.
the second piece. I just didn't need as much frosting.
Ugh. I haven't had any.
I was proud of you. You just went, get
I
out
know.
here.
I know.
She did very well.
I'm drinking that coffee that's got sugar in it.
Yeah.
They can't win.
I was gonna say, I let you slide with that one. I put the sugar in. Oh, they smell. Oh, so good.
Are they good?
Oh.
They're very juicy. So juicy.
Yeah.
Hey, no, Wanda. Don't do that. Good girl.
Yeah. Give it a piece.
Was it 3 people on one orange over there?
No, everybody has their own.
Oh, everybody got their own. Okay. Just wondering. They're big oranges.
I'll share.
I just want 1 piece. Because I put all that sugar in the coffee.
I know.
So I don't think the orange is
She'll
going
be
to
up all night.
cut the short end. Thank you.
Well, there are some seeds in this. Bailey, I give you one, but you probably won't like it, honey. Now, you know a dog that can spit is Bentley. He spits food out. Literally.
Okay, we did all that.
Tina.
Now, can you take the stuff out of your face enough to get any questions out, or are we going to give up that?
Those days are tough.
I didn't have anybody get left out of this question
I know.
deal.
Sorry, guys. It's in there. Yummy stuff. And you know how I hate to eat.
Right. Especially anything nourishing.
Yeah, and it is actually good.
I know.
Oh, Tina said there's actually 6 bottles of Tums. 2 more will be here tomorrow.
Oh, good. We need.
Debbie said yes, those are the honey bells.
See, they are the honey bells. We figured that all out ourselves. Now, what are they? What are? I turned that off by mistake. Is she there to tell us what they are? I think they are grapefruit and tangerine or something. They're not a plain old orange. I know that. I'll have a slice of yours too.
Dear Gabby, I'm just learning how to behave on a leash too.
Thank you.
Does anyone else have different comments? I'm using iPad. What is the cross? I mixed it. Tangerine grapefruit. Isn't that a tangelo?
No, that's a tangerine and an orange. Whoa!
Hey.
Don't throw the chairs
A lot
around.
of sugar in this. Getting crazy. Would you like some of mine?
That's enough.
For honey girl.
These are good even when I.
Oh, these are delicious.
Why don't we just call off mail call and just eat the oranges?
They're really good. Thank you. And they're so juicy. Everybody should order a box of these from Harris Farm.
Watch it!
Oh,
That was kind of a bad thing.
why was she gonna eat it?
She could jump in the plate.
Oh. I was gonna say, what is that on there?
You didn't see anything on her, did you?
Oh, it was Lynn.
Oh, okay.
I looked at it. I was like, what is that?
Uh,
It was Lynn.
okay.
Let's see, 5 comments. When will Opal have her first date?
Pretty soon.
Pretty soon. My dogs eat oranges and grapefruit.
I don't.
Almost any fruit and veggie. Wow.
Hopefully not grapes.
Yeah, grapes are bad for dogs.
Grapes are bad.
I'm not sure why. It could be the seeds. I don't know. What happened to Gabby? Where's Gabby?
Gabby?
Gabby, dear.
She purchased her own tune. Oh, she was in love with him. Yeah, she's go out with chaos.
She what?
She went out with chaos.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. She's a different girl.
What are we doing?
I'm just seeing if there's anything else. There's not a lot of questions.
Not a lot of questions. All right.
All right, anybody else? Fire away, people. Twan. Hi, Twan.
Tracy Adams arrives at 6:55 tonight. We hear, and Ankle Annie's picking her up, and she's going to be here for what, 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Hope we get a lot of work out of her. She hasn't been here before, has she?
No. It's her first time. She's very excited.
Well, we're all excited.
Yes.
We vacuumed upstairs, I think.
Yes. Grace vacuumed and cleaned upstairs for her.
We have a room upstairs for her, all done, Pam?
Yes, it's all set.
Which one is it?
It's the double on the left there.
On that side. Okay.
Whichever one or two.
That was Janine's room.
It's Janine's old.
That was Janine's room where we hung a piece of plywood from the ceiling on chains and put her mattress on it.
Oh,
And so she could have a desk underneath it.
oh,
So she had much more room in her.
yeah. You know, now they charge $1,000 for those.
For one of
setups.
those.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just all it is chain.
Yeah.
It is
They
the-
make the bunk beds with the desk under it now.
Yeah.
yeah, well, there you go.
I do that in my son's room.
Yeah.
You don't know how many things I invented and they just came to pass. Cowboy boots. I grew up in cowboy boots, and they finally became very popular. They are comfortable. They're waterproof. They don't rub on your leg, which like all these others do.
I don't rub.
Well, they rub on mine. You know, they're just and they're sure-footed, and you know, you name it. And the small heel is very handy. It does things to your back. You don't.
Yes. You don't hurt your back.
You know, you're not as, you know, I don't know. Somehow they're very nice.
It's like that brand that girl gave me. I love them. I put those shoes on
Oh,
25
those-
years ago.
Really?
Still have the same pair.
Oh, gee. Okay.
That's
Wow.
I fell in love with that brand.
Yeah, well, you do. The cowboy boots, who is it? Lucchese. Lucchese boots out of San Antonio, Texas? Someplace like that. They make them specially for you.
He likes everything.
You do things like take a tracing of your foot and send it or something, and they send you the. Oh, boys. Perry is eating an orange. Perry is spitting out the orange.
He's making funny faces. Gotta show your friends.
Perry has a job February 7th. We had an art class call. They wanted a dog that would lie still for 2 hours. I said, we have one. We have a couple like that, but Perry's going to be it. Maddie's going to take him.
He wants to eat it.
I wouldn't force the issue. I would not force the issue if I were you.
All set? Well, he kept wanting to taste it, so. Oh, now he's gonna go. I had a friend. So I had a
Weird,
piece of pita bread on the table, naan, in my house.
Yeah?
He'd been poking all over the house for stuff. I set it down and ran somewhere and came back. So his jowl slime was like halfway across the table over to where it was. I hid it behind the box too. And my bread was soggy about halfway up. I was so disgusted. My husband goes, I think Perry got your bread. He goes, do you notice the trail along the table? I was like, how could you do that? He goes, you wouldn't listen to me. He goes, I just kind of watched him.
This Gabby dog.
He goes, he wouldn't grab it and run. He goes, he just kind of sucked it off the table.
Did you want another? Hey, did you want another one of those? You like those? She likes those. She just doesn't like doing anything she doesn't want to do. We've had a couple like that. Bobby was like that. He turned out to be perfectly trained.
Oh, he was a wonder.
He was a wonderful dog, but hard-headed. Oh, boys.
You're a very nice girl.
And I had an awful time with him. And I remember I was upstairs in the training room, and there was a woman here. An older woman. I don't know who she was or how we acquired her. But at any rate, up and turned it into the animal rights people. She said I was beating the dog. I was not beating the dog. I was yelling and screaming and carrying on and saying, hey, you've got to behave. You cannot behave like this because I don't like it, and it's going to kill somebody if you do things like that. So it was very, very amusing because it ended up in the newspapers. And but the dog, he was perfectly trained. Nice dog.
Hated my dad. Oh my
Really?
Yeah. My dad tried to go to the bathroom down in the laundry room, and that was before we had all the tables over there and there was a couch there.
Yeah.
And my dad walked in to go to the bathroom, and Bobby stood up and on the couch, like handle bar type thing, stood there and was growling and barking at my dad. And my dad was like slowly backing out, and Hillary and Megan came in screaming at Bobby, and he laid down. My dad could go to the bathroom. Yep, that was Bobby.
He was, yeah.
I didn't know at the time. That's just what my dad said.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he-
Maddie
he-
went,
he-
Maddie went and took care of them when she was barely 13.
Really?
Took care of Bobby and Abby.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Bobby turned out to be Colleen's
Yeah.
best friend. She took him to work every day, perfectly behaved, no problem, off leash, you know, things. But it all got fixed that one day in about 5 minutes time.
Yeah.
And he said, oh, okay, I'll do it your way. It just works out better.
Yeah.
Now this,
I remember the first time I saw you disciplining a dog, I was a little like, whoa.
yeah,
Then after learning
yeah,
what these dogs are like,
yeah.
you
Hey,
realize that
You
it
got
can
'em.
be a lethal weapon.
That's right.
And
That's
that you have to be the boss.
Yep,
There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
that's correct.
Oh my gosh.
Especially when you got so many.
Oh,
Which you,
Whoa, I
which
was
you found out
today.
today, yes.
today, yeah.
We had a dog fight today.
We had a big dog fight today. I had.
No, you had a small dog fight.
I have a very
Big
small
dog fight would be about 10 dogs all in a pile.
And I had 5 dogs out with me. I had Mariah, Bentley, Perry, Bailey, and little Gabby. I had 5 dogs out with me, and Pam had arrived, apparently. I did not know. So there was also Chester, Whit, and Martha. And then there was 3 dogs on Honeymoon Hill bouncing and barking at the fence as well. So this is pandemonium going on.
It
And
was
there's dogs-
stupid.
Yeah, it was just crazy. And I didn't know this was all gonna go on. And I was walked back down to call Perry, and my little gang, house gang I call him, came back with me. And here comes Perry wobbling out of the barn with his 2 buddies, Chester and Whit, and Martha in tow. And Mariah and Martha don't really like each other, and dogfight ensued. And Bailey wanted in on it too. So there's this big group of dogs all wanting to fight, and it was Maddie, Pam, and I had to break it all up and try and keep everybody off of each other. And it was small, but there was a lot of dogs, but it was a very small fight, fortunately.
Dog fight. When you have a real,
And it's scary.
not necessarily big, but I just remember Noel and Chaos. It seemed like that lasted for hours, but yet it was probably less than a minute.
It's just, a lot of dog fights are 99% noise and just a few punctures.
Yeah.
And the punctures, especially if they could reach the punctures, are fine. And generally they grab each other by the neck where all that skin is, and it's all extra skin anyway, and they kind of pick up the other dog and shake it a little bit. You know, and that's annoying, but
My big concern was when Bailey decided, I'm going to tell these 2 to behave. I saw her, I was like, Bailey, no.
don't get in it, Bailey. You ought to know
Oh,
better.
God bless her. 'Cause
She generally you can control with your voice, but
Yeah, well, she stood right in front of me.
how did you break up the 2, or what happened when they quit? They just stopped?
We got them apart. No, they
How?
kept going at each other.
Yeah.
We were hitting them and trying to. Unfortunately, we were trying to get in it.
Right. See, there you are.
I know.
That's the first problem. Second problem, whatever.
Mariah knocked Martha to the ground. That's why.
And that's how it stopped?
No, when Mariah knocked Martha to the ground, that's when Bailey got in on it, and Bailey bit Mariah, and then Martha ran
Okay.
to the barn to Pam, and that's how it stopped.
That's okay. See that?
Wow.
I was
Let's
busy
try that again.
Reaching
So, who got Mariah knocked
Martha to the ground.
Martha to the ground,
That's
and
it.
then ran into the barn?
And Martha ran to Pam.
Oh, and
in
ran
the
to
barn.
Pam.
Bailey stopped it.
And she did stop it then. And then Martha kept running, but Mariah was going around the van to try and get Martha again.
Uh huh. And Bailey cut her off.
Bailey and I, yeah, I mean, we kept
Cut her
hurting
off.
her away from her. And then I grabbed Mariah by her scruff and drug her up to the house here.
Yeah. She's a big dog.
She's
She's a
had
big
her.
dog.
Oh yeah, she wasn't going nowhere.
See, big dog.
Yes, she is.
Okay. Well,
She wasn't going anywhere.
extremely lucky.
Yes.
Because technically, when you have a dog fight, you're supposed to leave and go have coffee. 'Cause sometimes you can get badly bitten.
No, I had her. I had no ifs, ands, or buts. I had
Well,
her.
a lot of time when they get dog fight, they just bite anything that's around.
I know.
Especially if you got 3 dogs in it. So you stick your hand in the middle, it's just going to get bitten.
Oh, yeah. And I
What's
just
your best way of stopping a dog fight?
Going away. Leaving them, the damn fools.
yeah, and that's,
And they do eventually quit. Well, the only one I had that I really had to break up was that dog from Germany. He was aggressive. I finally put him down because he was dragging a dog down the pond. He was going to drown them.
I was just going to say, was he going to drown it? They'll do that.
He was dragging the dog down to the pond. Yeah. So I broke that up. I think with a bat or something. That dog, I put him down. And then didn't the Great Dane people give me hell? I tell you, they were so annoyed. I should have sent him to a child psychologist and, baloney. That's a big dog. He was dangerous. That's the end of it.
When you say a dog's dangerous, they're
Yeah,
dangerous.
the hell with it. It's not worth it. There are too many nice dogs around. And I certainly didn't want to breed anything like that. He was a pretty dog. He's the one that's in the middle of that picture over there.
Oh,
He's that one.
in the doorway?
In that thing right there.
Oh, in the Harl?
In the puzzle picture.
Oh.
That's him.
Oh.
What the hell is this? I've forgotten his name. Didn't matter. I went and got another dog from Belgium who was a doll. Wouldn't fight with anybody. Deagle.
Deagle, yeah.
Deagle. Nice
Eagle
dog.
House.
The Deagle House. Yep.
The house, yeah.
He was a good dog.
Whenever I bring up the Deagle House, they're always, how did you get that name? I was like,
The eagle has landed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He was shipped in a crate. They didn't even put a fluffy in with him. And he got out of the crate. He was clean. He was happy as could be.
Oh,
He was a nice puppy right from the go.
that's awesome.
It was. I have pictures of him at the fairgrounds standing up on a table with 47 children trying to groom him at once. He's a good dog. He was a good dog.
Yeah.
We didn't have any. He eventually ended up with some megasophagus at about 11 years old. Megasophagus.
What you have?
Practically, yes. Thank you very much.
I don't mean to say this, but I don't know if we're on live.
I haven't heard us.
Your sound.
Well, it doesn't matter if we're live or not. I'll go on with this.
I was going to say, that's okay. We're having a nice time.
He had megasophagus. He also had a thyroid condition which made him have what looked like athlete's toes, athlete's foot. It cracks between his toes and things. That, according to George, was some indication it could be a thyroid, and it did. He tested out to have a thyroid problem, which was a
Now, that sometimes, do people think that that's that yeast problem?
yeah. Well, probably had something to do with it too. What else? There was one other. He constantly had infected ears. That's true. That's the yeast bit.
That's okay.
But at any rate, that was Deagle. Are we on? Are we off?
What happened to Donald? What did Donald have?
Donald.
On Amazon.
Donald, he was 14 years old.
He was.
He's just old.
Yeah.
Old dog.
Things were beginning to quit, like his kidneys and stuff. When that happens, they don't want to eat, they don't want to drink. We ended up giving him IVs for a while to see if we could hang on to him a bit, but no.
Maddie, you have a question here from Skylar Blue. Will Maddie take the Ariat challenge that Carlene presented to you?
What challenge?
She don't even know about it. Oh, dear me. You're going to make a agility dog out of that one.
Yes.
Go.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
That was the number one agility dog, was it?
Yeah, the number one agility Dane in the country was a white deaf named Nico.
I'll do it.
Go ahead. You got all the equipment. You need a tube. We'll buy you a tube.
Oh, we
When you get everything else done, we had a tube. It blew. I don't know where it is.
we have our tube, but that's lacy size.
We have a small 36-inch tube. Is there a standard one?
Yeah, 36 inches probably.
36. We have one at home.
Do you? How come you have it?
We used it for Lacey, the little dog who sat in front of you.
Okay.
That little fresh one that sat right
Okay.
in front of you in our driveway. That you said, "Hey, dog, get out of here!" And she moved right ahead of you and was like,
Okay.
Now that's a dog.
And we were laughing because you were saying she's a Dane snob, and Lacey just sat there.
Okay.
She loves it.
We're
she'll
done.
be that way.
The whole she does the whole course?
She does it. Oh yeah.
I've
She'll do it.
taken her to, do you know Fit and Trim in Raleigh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I took her there. She did the whole course.
Really? Huh,
She
that'd be good.
loves
We have that seesaw, which could be a good. You know, we have the pieces.
There you go.
And I had the big jumps too. I have the pieces of metal that make those big jumps. We just have to find them all.
I think
Okay.
I've seen them behind the tarp in the arena.
Here they are.
Behind the magic curtains.
Was that with you that I went back there to get something for Dog Fest and I fell into the pile of stuff and I was just like, leave me here.
Okay.
Oh, why was Gabby selected instead of Victoria and Zena to go to Florida?
Why was Gabby?
Yeah.
She's a little bit smaller, but I'm not sure she's going to be selected.
Why?
Nothing's definite.
I know. What do we do?
They have sound on these screens. We are live. We still have sound. Carlene, I read the JD. It's been hysterical. Have you thought about stand-up comedy? Yeah.
Stand-up comedy, I live in.
That's her life. She can't do any more jobs. She
Stand-
can only do the one she has. guys.
Stand-up comedy is daily life around here.
I was just gonna say.
So, you guys say yes to that?
It's a reality show now.
In black and white. It's no picture though, is it? Do we have a picture?
Do you have a picture?
Do we have a
They're
picture?
on Ustream. They're on that other thing where you don't know how they get there.
I don't know how they get there, and I don't know if they get counted either.
Yeah, they do.
There's
I
a
remember
number
one
there.
year we got.
Huh?
One day we got it, and
There's a number
there
there.
was a number.
Is there?
Yeah. I don't know how it was, but there it is.
I've always meaning to call him, and we never fixed that.
I know, well, because I just got back.
Yes.
But
That's
I
tomorrow.
I will talk to Tim, yeah.
Yes.
Tim, if you're out there.
No, he doesn't watch this. What is he crazy?
He does work for Charlie.
He doesn't. I don't think they look at this. I think Courtney does.
Courtney does. Courtney's fun.
Yes.
Does grape hurt dogs like in fruit cocktail?
What?
Does grapes hurt dogs like in fruit cocktail cans?
Yeah. Well, grapes are bad.
Grapes are
Just
grapes. Doesn't matter where they come
Yeah.
from, they're grapes.
I don't know why they're bad.
Yeah.
I think I was listening, I forget what vet I was listening to, but it did something to their kidneys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Too many of them.
it's just like chocolate.
Well, that also makes raisins bad.
Yes. The grape is a grape. Chocolate, this is correct. Chocolate, onion, garlic, sugar.
Garlic? No. Well,
Too much.
too much of anything's
Too
bad,
much.
but yes.
Basically, yeah.
Most
They say garlic's good sometimes, but again, too much.
they say everything.
I know.
Most dog food's got garlic in it.
Harry, the dog full of lice going 2 hours. No salt, no sugar, no oil chicken. Ham potatoes are salt free.
Ah, sugared my coffee. Pink. She's got pink on her rump. Maddie, it says pink right across her rump.
Yes.
We had the story on Pink today. The dog Pink.
Oh,
Doing
Where is she?
beautifully. I printed it out here. Actually,
You
the Karen
printed something?
Pink. Huh?
You printed
I
something?
printed it.
yay!
I did.
And it didn't give you trouble?
No. I copied it all for tomorrow's Daily Doggy, but Karen is calling these recipients one at a time. And she's doing a hell of a job. So, Pink is awesome, amazing, beautiful, and loved by all. She changed my life. We go everywhere together, even through the snow and up and down stairs.
When I first came, she was the one in training.
Was she?
Yeah, that whole litter.
Wow.
Neil,
Is your
Pumpkin.
service dog? Would you wait? I'll finish reading this. Would you please be quiet here? You can talk, Len, when I'm through. Are you ready? See, Karen asked these questions, and then they answer them. Is your service dog fulfilling your needs? Absolutely. We're a great team, and it just gets better and better. We're like a well-oiled machine. I keep telling everybody it takes 6 months. Are you okay with the resources and the veterinarian care you get for your dog? We have a great vet in town who does perform surgery in case of bloat. That's an absolute necessity. Last vet. July were for her annual checkup. Any known health issues? None. She's very healthy, active, and eats well. Good. How overall behavior, interaction with others, recall, and do they follow commands? No behavioral issues at all. She used to get nervous and shiver in crowds, but no more. She's best friends with our bull mastiff, and they play together all the time. Great exercise for both of them. Will you be able to come to the farm? Do your follow-up evaluation? Yes. When are you going to be able to come? In April or May? This is a very thorough episode here. Closing notes. Would like to use the guest house, and I'll call in March to make the schedule. There you go. Look at that.
Absolutely.
So that gets put in her folder, and I hope ADI is happy.
Yes. Beautiful.
Beautiful. We got a bunch of those.
Yes.
She's doing a good
Karen's
job.
incredible.
Karen is good. Karen is good.
Karen is very good. She's very thorough.
I went to Calitris today to see whether everything was ready for us to come, and they do have a handicapped
Access.
elevator.
Perfect.
Well, I hope it's perfect. It's got a 30-inch door, and it's 48 inches long. It's an elevator-y sort of thing.
Will her scooter fit in it?
Huh?
Will her scooter fit in it?
That's what we're trying to figure out. She can walk,
Yes.
so we may have to make 2 trips, and
I was gonna say, one way or another.
well, somehow we'll manage.
Yeah.
That's not our biggest problem.
What was it? 30 by 48?
Mm-hmm.
You know what, if need be, we can always carry her scooter down the stairs.
We got a bunch of guys there. They'll figure it out.
30 wide,
That's the wide.
yep.
That looks like the door into the arena, I think, is a 30-inch door, and she goes through it.
The little door?
The little door.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's the length that I can't believe it's more than.
That's 4 feet, 48 inches.
Yep.
Yeah, that should.
I think it's going to fit.
I do too.
I think it's going to fit. Somehow we'll get it
We'll
there.
get it there.
Yep.
Absolutely. Couple sheets of plywood, drive it down it.
If I could get all those kids in those big wheelchairs into the teepee, that was a zoo, because we had to peel the teepee back and everything because they all had these headrests.
Oh, yeah,
We made it.
yeah.
The whole class of them. There was a whole bunch of them. We got them in there. Any rate, okay. So Pink is healthy. That's very nice.
That's wonderful.
I hadn't heard from her in a long time.
No, I haven't heard anything about her.
No, shame on her.
Shame.
Well, she's tomorrow's daily doggy, so
Yeah.
I think I've already copied it and pasted it. I like to do that.
Who was that?
Karen's doing remarkable. Pink. Harley, would you tell us more about Gabby going to Florida? Will she be mated with a Great Dane, or we don't know. Will she be mated with a Golden?
We don't know anything about Gabby going to Florida. We're not totally convinced it's Gabby yet, but we're working on it.
What's for dinner?
What's for dinner? What's for dinner? Sawdust and Elmer's glue. We're at it again. No, I had some noodles that weren't bad.
Oh, did those turn out okay?
3 noodles in a pack. You know, just a tiny little pack of noodles, but it was very good.
Yeah, anything would taste good at the size of portions they give you.
Oh, God.
I would even enjoy
It was bad, but I ate it, and I'm not hungry.
We learned so much from the post-mail call free-flowing seminars. Keep them going from us just sitting here.
Oh,
Blah,
God.
blah, blah. 42 new comments below. What the heck?
What?
These are just comments about comments.
Oh.
Like, guys, I can't keep up with all the post comments. Nice job, Karen.
I get up in the morning, and sometimes I've got 100 emails. Half of them are naughty emails from strange people offering me all kinds of medications. to cure problems I've never even heard of. And then there's another one. Mabel Price. That Mabel Price was my mother's name. I don't know why on earth. Mabel Price, don't you want to know who your relatives are? Well, she died a long time ago, about 20 years ago. I don't think she cares who her relatives were, but I keep getting these messages every day on Mabel Price.
It's like, I really don't want to know who I'm
Yeah,
related
no.
to.
Nah,
No thanks.
I don't do the ancestor bit.
It's a little frightening.
What, that I don't?
No, no, that they're, to know who's all back there.
Oh, they're back there.
They're there.
The only one that was any interest was I did have a grandfather that was in the Johnstown flood.
Oh,
And that was interesting to read that. Because he was taken out of the second floor window and saved, and his sister and the rest of his family were killed.
wow.
And he was raised by foster family. He was a dynamite man. He's a very short man. I don't think he was 5'2". He had 5 children, 3 boys, and those boys behaved. And I have to say, I never heard any of them, including my father, ever swear. Never. You just didn't. Grandpa didn't allow it.
Wow.
And he lived to be, I don't know, 94. He lived a long time, too. Yeah.
Especially if it was funny.
When he got close to the end there, he was convinced there was a donkey in his bedroom. That was just ahead of time. We could have done that here. I've had donkeys in nursing homes. Basically, when I had the small ones. Although I did have Mary in that big place, but I had donkeys in people's bedrooms when I had the small ones. You could Don Quixote, my lead donkey, you could take him anywhere. They were very well behaved. Very well behaved.
Did love Eric though.
Huh?
One of my friends who's in school for business and breeding track horses down in Kentucky.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
He came with me here one day to see Chester and a little fat pony. Tinkerbell trotted up to him and started sucking on his sweatshirt. I was like,
Go figure.
magic or something? Like,
I don't think I would advise anybody to get into the track business. The tracks themselves are on their way out.
I know.
The tracks are.
hence
No.
why he's getting a business major too.
Well, the business of horses is rotten to the core.
Yes.
And it's on its way out anyway. I mean, there's so many things that are so wrong with horse racing that I can't understand. The carriage horses in New York are beautifully cared for. They die. They have to retire at 24. You won't find a racehorse much over 5 years old because they've been broken down and beat up. Terrible. It's terrible.
Like that video I found of the horse with the. My friend found a video, one of the horses on the track, and it was on Facebook. Someone shared it, and he had like the opaque eye cups on,
Oh.
and he freaked out in the what is it called? The gate. Ran out, ran through a fence, flipped over, ran through like a big wooden fence, and then ran through a building.
Yeah.
I was like,
It was horrible.
Shows you how strong
Horse.
animals are.
It
Yeah.
ran through so many things.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
terrifying.
They do. Horses panic and run. That's why I don't think any of these so-called service animals that are these miniature horses are a good idea at all. But if they had miniature donkeys, it would be a whole different ballgame, and I'd go along with those.
I have to agree with you there.
Donkeys have a different attitude. They don't panic and run. They panic and stand still. That's why everybody thinks they're stubborn, but they're not stubborn. They're just careful.
They think about it.
They think about it. I can remember. Oh.
When they all stood
Oh.
there.
I had 8 of them all tied up like the Budweisers. And we were crossing that bridge down by North Station.
Oh.
And I didn't know it was the kind with the holes in it.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't want any part of that. And they got this whole parade behind me.
Oh, no.
Fortunately, we had some garbage can lids, so we put grain in the garbage can lids and put it underneath the front ones so they couldn't see down, and they just walked over and pulled everybody else across. I'd have been stuck there yet. There's no way. No donkey in his right mind would cross that thing.
They could see.
Oh,
That'd be scary.
oh, yes. It was bad.
I've watched those ponies down there in the barn, and then there's like a patch of ice, like a pretty good patch of ice from like the paddock over here
Yeah.
up to the big paddock. Freaking like Chester, the fat little pony's going right over the ice, and the donkeys are going around in the manure that's
Sure.
frozen. I'm like,
Yep.
ponies
That's-
can break a leg.
Yep. That's typical. That's typical. You won't get a donkey. That's why Mary had such a hard time getting out of the trailer with that step down. She couldn't understand that step down. She could understand a lot of things, but that step down, she was always afraid she was going to land on ice. She must have hit ice somewhere in her career, but for the rest of her life, she worried about getting out of the trailer. So I used to bring her home, just open the door and leave her there. And it'd take her about a half an hour to say, oh, no, I don't want to get out of here. And then she'd finally step down and walk off. She was a gem. Huh? She was an animal that you don't find often.
She used to chase me. Did not matter if I had food or not. I don't know what she had against me. I'd walk out of the barn and I'd just see her and I'd be like, no, I'm going back in.
Cause you ran.
Well, she didn't like Janine. I mean, that came from Janine giving pony rides on her at some birthday party here in the house at the farm. And she put about 20 kids up on, walked them around in circles. No, Mary was good as gold, walked around. Janine took the bridle off, or the halter off, and just walked away from her. And Mary stood there and looked at her. And I just saw what she was thinking. And Janine went in the barn, she came out of the barn, and Mary ran over and bit her in the arm. And I mean, she bit her. I mean, she never bit anybody, right? I mean, she was Mary. But after that, Janine would do the stall and leave her wheelbarrow in the alleyway. Mary'd tip it over. She'd come in and just tip it. So many, God, she's screaming and yelling at Mary. And she'd pick it all up and put it in there, and she'd go in the stall again. Mary'd come back and tip it over again. And it went on and on. It went on for years, 10 years.
I witnessed that.
I
I would
witnessed
laugh.
that.
Everybody witnessed that.
I witnessed Mary tearing apart the barn many times.
I remember one time on a Sunday stew, she went into V-Pen and stole a bag of cookies. This was like one of my first Sunday stews when I first started coming. So I went in and tried to grab the bag of cookies from her, and she was lifting me off the ground with the bag. With the bag, I was off the ground. I was like, "Yep, just keep it. I can't get that."
She would wait for a distraction. She'd have made a hell of a pickpocket, because she, if there was any distraction, we got our mind on anything else, she'd sneak in and get a corner of that damn tablecloth and run off with the tablecloth and dragging everything with her. And we'd all scream and yell, and you could just see her saying, ha ha ha.
Every week.
It was every week. Every time you got distracted, she'd get a hold of that damn tablecloth and run.
I will never forget. I still have the picture of Scarlett. Somehow they just got mixed up, and Scarlett's sitting underneath Mary's belly, and Mary's just sitting there eating grass.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was like,
She's
okay.
very good.
She
know.
was
Puppies.
also very sneaky. My dad would be standing there eating a sandwich, and you could never hear her coming. And my dad's deaf; he can't hear a thing. So he didn't. And all of a sudden, her nose just comes in, was ready to take my sandwich. My dad jumps sky high. I was just standing there laughing at him. It was so funny.
For a 1,000-pound donkey, you could never hear her
You
coming.
couldn't hear her. She'd creep up on you.
Oh yeah.
And try and unload the car.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
god.
That was the biggest challenge.
Costco
The
runs.
minute you came and had anything in the car to try and unload it, it was bad.
You can't even imagine unless you did it. Unless you had to live through it. There would be holes in the dog food and the cookies.
And there'd be nobody around, and you start to, oh, I can do this quickly, and she's not here, and I won't see her, and I'll just run in with this, and you get in that laundry room with one packet, you come out, and she's got it all hanging over.
Everything's open. Everything's open. You're like,
She'll be up at the house, and you'll go in, and she'll be down in a shot.
It was
Oh my gosh.
unbelievable.
Yes.
I remember when we were feeding Olive's litter with Khaki and Lydia in them. We were feeding them outside for the first time. We had 2 black fences up. Mary comes up, starts braying,
Oh.
and no one was paying really attention to her because
no.
we were here. She steps on the fence, knocks it down, and starts to come in. We were all like, "No, Mary!
Oh, on the porch?
Stop!"
Remember that? She used to come right up on the porch. Like, keep her off the porch. It's falling down.
She pulled it. She pulled the porch off
Pulled it off the
about
house.
3 inches off getting in the guest house because she could open the handle with a push handle, and she could do that. So we had a problem with her getting in there, and so we put electric fence across a wire across the gate. Well, Janine's other grandparents, Colby's other grandparents, came in and saw that wire, and they reported Janine to the Department of Social Services for trying to electrocute her son or something. I don't know what the hell. At any rate, these officials came up, and they came up the driveway, and I went down to greet them. They opened the window, and Mary's head went in the window. And they got out, and we had to discuss this whole thing about how it was really just to try and keep Mary out of the house. So they finally agreed that, that we had a problem with Mary and that the kid was doing fine. You know?
I loved it if, like, I put her away and I didn't give her grain, I'd give her, like, a carrot instead. Oh my god, the next day when Meg let her out, I'd come in, cabinets were open, bottles of shampoo were stomped on. I swear there was nothing that did not have a hoof print in it. I was like, I did it again. This isn't my fault. The donkey's just...
Always made
She
a
could
mess.
open most any door there.
Yes, she could.
Yeah.
And she would let everything out.
Yes, she did.
If you did not latch stuff.
I witnessed her open a kennel.
I believe it.
She was a smart cookie.
She was a smart animal. But she had this warped sense of humor that made it hysterical.
Yes.
She had us running, and she knew it.
Oh, yeah.
Run
She
off
liked
with
to
somebody's
stand
lunch
and
of a
watch.
tuna fish sandwich. She didn't want that tuna fish sandwich,
Yeah.
but she ran off with it.
Yeah, to see us run.
Or she'd go out the gate. The gate would hang open, and she'd go outside the gate and then turn around and stand out there and bray at you. You know?
Yeah.
Like, see where
That
I am.
happened to me.
Yeah?
I had, my dad was leaving and I was, just walked away not shutting the button. No, there are no dogs out, it's fine. No, she's on the other side. I'm like,
Standing there.
really?
I think I witnessed one
Why?
time.
I know.
Yeah.
I think I remember one time, it was like the first time I was here, and she walked out the gate and stood at the bottom of the driveway. Didn't want anything to do with the road, just stood in the bottom of the driveway and was like braying. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
My first day, I came in with Mark and Barbara, camera Mark, and I was in the car with them, and Mary just kind of stood right there, so we couldn't drive anywhere, just stood right there. And Mark puts his window down. Hi, Mary. She comes over, sticks her head in the car. I'm like, well, that's kind of cool. First time here and everything.
Yeah, she was something else again.
One time I thought she was going to bite my dad's truck door off. We had the window open, and she just was in there with her head in the car, like, pulling. I was like, okay, do what you want, because you can't stop her.
No.
She'll do what she wants whenever she wants.
That
Well,
was Mary.
you know, you couldn't yell at her and stop her. I mean, she was very controllable.
She would listen. Look at the snow.
She would listen.
Snow.
I mean, she didn't do anything really bad. I mean, you could turn out a bunch of puppies that will run around her feet, and she wouldn't move.
I mean, if anything, she just
Yeah.
heard them and helped
No,
you.
it was us. She was after the adults.
She wanted, yeah.
We were fair game, boy, and she had a good time with us.
Kelly, did you meet Mary?
I did. Yeah.
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 I was very impressed how she was with the dogs.
She was.
Impressive.
Running in and out of her feet.
No problem whatsoever. No, you try and unload a truck with her around.
That was, yeah.
She took off with the edible arrangement that I had left. I'm like, okay, I left it in the middle of the table. And Maria was like, Mary! I'm like, oh no.
It was always Mary.
That
Yeah,
was the
you could-
day that
Huh?
Mary came in and knocked everything over.
Oh, the one right there.
With the picture
Yeah.
of the puppies eating.
Yeah.
That was the day.
Hey.
Never
It was-
forget it.
Isn't there a picture somewhere on here of like her with the tablecloth and it's like blowing in the wind and she's got her ears forward? And
I think
she's
so.
I don't know. If Mark was here, he got it, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, she never. There was only one woman that she bit, and it was a woman who had paralyzed hand that was frozen solid in one shape. I think Mary thought it was a carrot. Yeah.
Probably.
Other than Janine. I mean, Janine was fair game. She bit her all the time.
Janine was afraid of her. She'd laugh. She'd be like, be on the lookout for Mary for me.
Oh, I remember. She used to say that all the
I
time.
mean, this is
Keep an eye out for
this is
Mary.
Janine that'll jump on any horse, tackle any horse, do anything with a horse.
Yeah,
Mary had her number though.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Which black dog is that?
That's Thumper. That's Thumper. He was a good dog. He was the one that ADI did not let me take to the convention because he was not neutered. And it's the woman in Florida now that wants the dog from us that was allowed to take her gold retriever. And he was not neutered because I saw them. And I went up to her and I said, those things are in there. I said, you're not supposed to have those things here. But she had special dispensation because they knew it was a nice dog. And it was a nice dog. There was nothing wrong with her having that dog there. There was nothing wrong with my having Thumper there either.
No.
But it was a Great Dane, and they really were kind of afraid of Great Dane. Through the years, they finally, they began to look at me with a little different, but no, Great Danes, they don't make a service dog out of a Great Dane. They can't retrieve, they can't pick up something out of the icebox. Well, they can,
Yeah.
but teaching a Great Dane to open an icebox, a Great Dane will take what it knows and do more things with it. If you teach a golden retriever to open the icebox, take out a beer and go give it to you, shut the icebox, that's what it'll do. If you teach a Great Dane to do it, it opens the icebox and anything in there is fair game, it's going to eat it. And then you make it your beer. But, and furthermore, when you're not home, he's going to get the icebox open. I did that once with a brownie. I taught him to open the car door so he could let himself out, whatever, so he would be emergency or whatever. So I went into the shopping center one day and I began to hear these odd things over the loudspeaker about wild animal in the whole store, and it was Brownie. Brownie was a 39-inch. He was huge. Brownie was big. It was in Stop and Shop down at Leechmere.
Oh, God.
And finally somebody came out of some other department who knew dogs and went over and talked to him because he didn't have a harness or leash or collar or anything on. And I finally saw what was happening, went over and spoke to him, and he was fine, but it scared the hell out of everybody.
Oh, I bet.
He scared everybody. He's big because the doors open automatically in the supermarket. You
yeah, so
walk
he's
toward them and they
standing there.
open. So it was fair game for him. Any rate, that was my.
Doesn't care what door it is.
Yeah, it's open. Go. Any rate, are we through yet? We have to go.
Well, they can go on all night.
Mom, I'll never forget. I feel like it was just one of those kids trying to make me mad. Someone said Great Danes were dumb.
Yeah.
I went through and showed them all the calendar pictures, especially Bailey in the tree, and I was like, this isn't photoshopped. And he was like, I was like, yeah.
Yes.
No, they're not. You could take a year and try and teach a dog to Great Dane to go chase a yellow tennis ball. They just don't. I've thrown them across this the living room floor. They'll run over and put their foot on it and turn around and say, I got it, and leave it right there. That's what they do. They'll chase it, but it's, once they got it stopped, they don't touch it again.
They all love the Mary stories.
Oh, good.
There should be a Mary book.
Oh, there could be 100 Mary books.
It
What-
would be 1,000,000 pages
It would be
long.
a novel.
When I went to that I had to give that speech at the veterinarians, whatever it was. George, when he introduced me, he said, now don't get up here and tell a whole bunch of stories about Mary and the pigs. He wanted me to talk about dogs. So I only told a few stories about Mary, and then I had to quit. Yeah,
Cut it down to 10.
yeah.
What happened with Mary and the pig, sir?
Huh? Well, they weren't together. It was just two different situations where they really educated me about teaching an animal or having conversations with an animal when it was totally loose. You never had a leash on Mary. You just talked to her. And the pig was the same way. You could really talk to her when she was loose. If you tried to contain her, then she spent so much time fighting the leash that she didn't learn anything. But when she was totally loose, and I had my wiffle bat, and I explained to her that she was not to go down the driveway. This is when it was in Linfield. I drew a line across the driveway. I banged that wiffle bat on the ground and yelled and screamed. She stood right there and looked at me. She was loose. You know, she didn't run away or anything. She looked at me and watched me and things like that, and oof, oof, oof. And she never went down the driveway again. So she knew. She knew. And she also got the same lecture about tipping over the garbage can. But, you know, and it was fine. She understood exactly what she wasn't supposed to do.
How old was Mary?
Mary was about 27, 30 years old, something like that. And I got her when she was 6 months, so she was around for a while. I called the woman who raised her, see if she had any more. She didn't have any more. She had some nice donkeys.
Did. Mary was just unbelievable.
When I think about it, when I was around there, I never thought she was a big donkey, but now all the donkeys that have come here, I'm like, oh, she's big.
It's just big.
She was big.
I
Yeah.
mean, being around horses, I didn't think she was that big.
Yeah, she was
but
good size.
She was,
She was probably 14 too,
yeah,
something like that.
I feel so
pretty
fortunate
big
to
for a
have met her.
donkey. Yeah.
Yes.
You know, to have spent time with her.
Yeah.
I feel like I met a celebrity.
We
Well,
did.
it's like you were meeting a person because she talked to you and you talked to her.
Yes. And you could converse with her.
Yep.
Yeah, she was great.
There were carpenters that were here one day. They were putting in, I don't know what they were doing. They were cutting plywood with a saw out behind the kennel there. It was early in the game here, and she stood there and she watched every inch. And her nose was right there. I have pictures of it. Her nose was right there watching every single thing they did with that saw. And she, right in the midst of it. And you know, the carpenters were a little nervous with this great big monster. Great big black donkey standing there. But she was just watching. She's learning.
Yeah. Be a carpenter in the next life.
Right, whatever. At any rate, are we going to quit here and go home?
I think we're going to stop now. Okay, folks?
See you later.